Hey everyone. So today I am really excited to introduce to you the wonderful Holly Boyle. Holly, would you like to say hello?
Hello, everyone.
So Holly is a first-time successful homebuyer during a lockdown. Way. So Holly, let's talk about how long have we been talking about you getting your first home?
I think I probably first started speaking to you in about May, I think. Was
Okay.
it May? I
Yeah,
can't remember
probably.
now, but
I
it
know.
feels like I was like it was about May.
And what happened with our budget? We set a budget for your income and your deposit. And
Mhm.
what were you feeling over the last few months? Tell everyone what was going on.
Well, I think it was in my mind as a single purchaser, I felt that I wasn't going to get into the market because I feel like what I was able to loan in the area that I was looking at, everything was getting blown out because of all the auctions. So everything was going probably like, I don't know, probably like 80K at least over what I was hoping to buy at. So it was getting to a point where I was getting a little bit flat about it, getting a bit disheartened because I thought that I wasn't going to sort of break in unless I like had a more savings or a change of a salary increase or something. So, but yeah, so that was sort of where my thinking was at.
Yeah, so you were getting a very disheartened. So, and what did I say to you?
Well, you said trust you firstly, and I definitely could break into it, and I've just the right thing will come up at the right time, which you are definitely correct because that's what happened. And I think I've been lucky because of this lockdown. So.
Okay, yeah, but also you were brave. So let's tell people, how did you find the place that you ended up buying and what happened?
Okay, so well, I've been obviously looking at different places, and this place came up on real estate. I'm always looking, and I had sort of had a little bit of a break for a few weeks. I was like, oh, getting, as I said, a bit disheartened. And I found this place, and I was like, this is beautiful. And then the night that I found it, we got notified that we're going back into lockdown in Melbourne, and I was like, oh my god, so I'm not going to be able to view it. So I kept looking at it, and weeks went by, and I inquired about the place regardless of the lockdown. I just wanted to speak to the real estate agent, and then they ended up sending me a virtual tour of the place, and I just loved it. I was like, I don't know what it is. I just knew I loved it. And I was like, I just had a really good feeling about it. So
Perfect.
the real estate agent said, do you want the virtual tour? And I said, yes, I'd love that. And then he sent it, and straight away I responded back and I said, I'd like to make an offer. So like, pending building and pests. So I had a look at the property from the outside where the street was and just thought, yep, this is a good spot. I had a bit of a scour around the suburb, and I was still confident that I was making the right decision. It may have been risky, but I just knew it was the right one. So I organised my building and pest. I put in my offer subject to building and pest, and the building and pest came back. There's, a few little minor things, but nothing major. And we went ahead with it.
Did the inspector get to actually go into the building?
Yes, because it was an empty building.
Great. But you
Yeah.
haven't actually physically walked in it yet?
No.
So, yeah. So we had your pre-approval in place and we were all ready, and you were saying,
Yeah.
oh, it's not going to be enough. But as it
Yeah.
turned out, we were able to make a lower offer, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's what definitely helped, because I feel like if they were kind of waiting on if the lockdown was going to be lifted, then they would go, no, we'll definitely go to auction. And also if they were going to change the rules about people going through, then they might have said, no, we'll just wait till we can get people through. But because that didn't change, they were like, well, we're paying, it's an empty place. They're probably paying for, furniture to be, because it was all staged as well. We'll just do it. So yeah. Yeah.
So she made an offer 10K less than she had available.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and how long did it take for your loan to actually convert from pre-approval to full approval?
Well, I had the pre-approval. I can't remember when the pre-approval came through, but from the time that I told you that I needed to sort of get moving on it, I think it was 3 days from when you started processing. So I think on the Saturday I spoke to you, and by Wednesday morning we'd had the approval for unconditional, which is just mind-blowing.
And it was great because Holly's conveyancer even rang me on the weekend and said, you can't do this without finance. I said, well, she has a pre-approval, and I think
Yeah.
I think we can get that unconditional in 3 days. She goes, I don't think so. I said, I think I can.
Yeah, well, you did. And I mean, I obviously I'm not skilled in that sort of area, so I've got sort of no idea. And I sort of was sort of like clutching everyone that knows all this information. I'm like, oh, I'm putting all my trust. And I feel like so far I've got to this point where I've gone just by my gut and my trust. I'm feeling right. So if I think I've made this big decision already, I can continue on making those sort of like, yep, I'm going to have faith it's going to work out, and it has. So
totally. And it is, I often say to people, it's not a head decision, it's a heart decision. When it feels right, it's the right thing to do. And when and if you have any resistance, or if it feels really hard, then it's the wrong thing to do. So
yeah,
I totally agree with you. Trusting your gut is the right
100%.
thing to do.
Yeah. I'm big on following my intuition and sort of, and you know, places that I'd inspect before, like I'd physically gone into, I'm like, yeah, this is cool, like whatever. And I was getting to the point where I'm like, I'm just going to start making an offer on things, even if I don't like really love it. But this was just so different. That was just something different. I even like sent it to my mum. She's like, oh my God, I can see you here. She's like, this is the one for you. And I was like, oh, hope so. So yeah.
That's awesome. And the other thing then, we got a place in the first home buyers deposit scheme. So the federal government is actually supporting you with not paying your lender's mortgage insurance because you didn't quite have 20% deposit. Yeah.
And well, that's the thing. I only started saving for a home, I reckon it was maybe December 2019. So I've only started putting big chunks away in I think lockdown has definitely helped with that. And it's very, very lucky that I got a place in that as well. So yeah.
Oh yes, you did brilliantly well. Do you want to show us your sold sticker that you've placed?
Yes.
So Holly went there on the weekend, was it? And
yeah, I went out the front and put my sold sticker on. I'll see if I can, I don't know, can you see that?
Yes. That's perfect. Look at you with your champagne.
I know.
That was again, I'll show everyone the full screen.
Okay, cool.
I'm so thrilled for you. Look at her go. Look at that. Sold. It's mine.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm so wrapped. Yeah. I don't drink champagne, but I'll keep it as my little keepsake for my first home that I bought.
Yes. Oh, well, congratulations again. I'm so tickle pink for you. And now we signed the loan docs digitally. How was that?
Yeah. Easy, very easy. Yeah, we just did that a moment ago. But I think it's been really good because anytime that I've sort of had any questions, I just ring you and you ring me back straight away, or you've been very available to help me. And as I said, this is pretty daunting to go in as a sole purchaser just by myself and not really having any previous knowledge about what to do. It's been very helpful, so very appreciative. And I'm glad that I got sort of recommended by my friend who used you in the past. So.
That's awesome. Well, that's how we love to be looking after people, that one refers to the next and on we go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing, because I'm so proud of you for buying sight unseen in lockdown and buying it cheaper than she would have, gone to.
I know.
She got it.
So good. I'm so wrapped.
You should be totally thrilled. You're going to be moving in. What date are you actually moving?
Well, the settlement's 4th of November. So I want to get in. I'm going to, do some repainting and, have a better a feel for what I want to get furniture wise. And so exciting.
Oh, well, fantastic.
I'll be ready to put my Christmas tree up. That's all.
That's very exciting. Well done. Great news. Well, thanks again for sharing your story for others. I know you're going to inspire others to get out there and get going. You can buy in lockdown. Don't get put off, and don't get put off by all the escalating prices, because there are places you can find.
Yeah, well, I honestly, hand on my heart, didn't think so, but this has just worked out perfectly. I just, you were right, and I've done it, and I'm just stoked, so stoked.
I can't tell you, I never get sick of hearing that, so thanks.
It is a good thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Great. Thanks a million. No, it's really good of you to share it. I really appreciate it. Thanks for sharing your story.
No worries, anytime.